We do not know if she had just arrived at or was in the process of departing Midway Airport when this accident occurred. Again, it happened a few minutes past 6 o'clock this morning. Brown and her boyfriend were standing outside the Southwest terminal when a car driven by 80-year-old Alice Burke of Oak Lawn moved across the raised pedestrian island across the taxi and busway onto the terminal sidewalk. Witnesses say Burke had just dropped off a passenger, so it appeared she over-accelerated and couldn't find the brake. Carrie Brown was trapped under Burke's Mercury sedan. Witnesses say her boyfriend, an airline employee, and 3 other passengers lifted the car off the victim. Airport spokeswoman Monique Bond told me more people could have been injured had the car not struck a steel beam set up only last week to support a construction overhang outside the terminal.
Temporary canopy. Had that structure not been there, it's been there for about a week now. Had that structure not been there, it could have been a lot worse.
The airport worked very quickly to clean up the scene and shore up the damage. Of course, this morning began the holiday travel rush. Midway expecting about 30,000 travelers through the weekend. Now, finally, the 80-year-old driver, Alice Burke of Oak Lawn, we've learned that she passed her driving test in 1997. That's the driving, the written, and the visual components of that test. She was treated here for shock at Christ Hospital and released about 2 hours ago. Reporting live from Christ Hospital in Oak Lawn, Charles Thomas, ABC 7 News. Linda, back to you.
Charles to drive away. That's when the car sped up and jumped the median strip. The accident left Brown pinned under the car with head injuries.
I ran up there, and I'm almost a little embarrassed. I didn't check on my mother first. I saw the girl that was under the car, and I actually screamed a vulgarity, pick up the so-and-so car, and it was amazing. The adrenaline in everyone, just literally, we lifted it off of the girl.
Police say the investigation is over. The cause, driver error. Burke was treated and released from Christ Hospital. Brown, who was hit, has been upgraded to fair condition.
Make that a plane, rather. It was with a car. An older driver drove into a crowded sidewalk, pinning one person and seriously injuring her. News 2 Chicago's Mike Parker reports injuries could have been a lot worse if not for some bystanders who saved the day.
It happened about 6 a.m. An elderly driver had just dropped off her son and was leaving Midway on the outer driveway near the Southwest Airline terminal. Suddenly, she apparently hit the accelerator instead of the brake and roared up over a concrete island, slammed into a 24-year-old woman, then crashed into a steel construction beam and a concrete barrier.
There are no skid marks, and to have gone that fast, the power that was gained with this acceleration, it was very strong.
Workers inside the Southwest terminal were jarred by the collision.
We heard it. Everyone heard it at the ticket counter. It was just a loud crash, and no one knew what it was at first.
Moments after the crash, the injured pedestrian's fiancé and others lifted the car off 24-year-old Carrie Brown.
One of the Good Samaritans wanted to do whatever you can if you've got a loved one underneath a car.
So when I ran out there, you could see the guys screaming, yelling as they were lifting the car off of the person that was underneath the car.
As for the elderly driver,
She was still in the car and was confused and upset, and the passengers were out there trying to assist the lady that had been hit.
That report from Mike Parker. The driver of the car, 79-year-old Alice Burke of Oak Lawn, was treated for shock and released from the hospital. She has a valid driver's license and no history of violations or accidents. The victim is in serious condition right now at Christ Hospital. At this point, Chicago police records indicate no citations have been issued in this accident. That could change, of course, as the investigation continues.
They hit the gas pedal as she ran over a 24-year-old woman in a temporary structure just outside the terminal building. The driver's son witnessed the accident and helped free the victim from under the car.
You know, it was surrealistic. That's all I can tell you.
You were in the car or out of the car at the time?
Sir, I was outside of the car, but I can't tell you anything. I don't know what happened. It was just a horrible, horrible tragedy.
The rescuers who lifted the car off the victim. His mother is recovering at his South Side home, but is still devastated by what happened.
Very traumatic thing, and for it, you know, to just wreck up all this, it's too emotional. The woman's she's very, very remorseful, and I don't think she's in any shape to talk to anyone.